Marilyn Horse, freedom from abuse, and we're going to talk about, as we usually do, lots of stuff from both sides of the pond. But at the moment, she's bought herself a new light, and I've told her to turn it off because all you can see is one big nose. And we thought, no, that's not going to do her any good.
But I did say I've got now it's really, really dark outside, so there's no lights on. Well, there's one light in my living room there, and I've got the curtains pulled. Now, how daft is that? Because you'd think you'd need to be in a brightly lit room, because
Well,
that's because I'm going through my laptop. Whereas when I do other media stuff, I have to do it on my phone a lot. And this lamp is absolutely brilliant. It's the sort of thing, people have them put on their laptops and they have like a circle or something, and it
yeah.
really does come at you. I'm really pleased I bought it, but it hasn't worked for this. How weird, but never mind.
No, it depends on the ambient light and everything. And the other
Hmm.
thing, of course, always bear in mind that usually we prefer our chats to not include the camera on a laptop because it's usually in theory, you've got a good laptop there because your camera is good.
Hmm. Hmm.
But often it's much better to buy one separately.
Yeah.
And the
No, it is a
difference,
good one. It's just that I can't. It's strange. I can't get to use the platform that Unprecedented TV use. They use StreamYard, and I can't see on my laptop the person who's talking to me.
oh dear,
And we've paid ages trying to play around with it, and in the end, I said, let's just do it through the phone.
yes.
So that lighting is different again, isn't it? It's strange.
On a mobile phone, the recent ones, the posh ones, the
Mhm.
mobile camera is really good.
It is really good. And that mine is a posh one. So
Well, there you are.
as of course you'd expect.
A bit of technicals. Finally, in the technical section, you can't beat a big lens, and
Yeah.
that's where your cost comes from.
Yes.
Because they take weeks to
Yeah.
prepare quite often, and that's the difference between the
It is the
full
lens.
professional.
It is the lens, definitely.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, we're going to start off by our friend Trump and your special friend, Sadiq Khan. And Trump has said this very week, and we know what he thinks of Sadiq. Basically, he's fed up of the state of UK. And he says he's the worst mayor, as we know, ever. Um, London has changed, hopefully not forever, and it's caused by migration.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I was talking to one of my associates yesterday called Julian King. And he was saying to me that he wants to sort this sort of thing out. Westminster Bridge, the crime and the shoplifting and everything that goes on at Westminster Bridge is all 100% migrants. And he said and I've been saying, when I was on about Sadiq Khan the other day, and I said on air on a different channel completely that, if you don't believe this, then you're nuts. But, wouldn't believe, would you, that one of the worst places for exploitation in London is actually Westminster. But he was saying that Julian, that they're doing this cup and ball thing that they do and other things, and the police come round to try and move them on, and then they're back there as soon as the police have gone. But he says, oh, the shoplifting, everything, it's all the migrants. And I mean, it looks like some of the streets around there look like the back end of Delhi. It's terrible. It's absolutely disgusting. I won't go in there anymore. I certainly don't want to because they said the pickpocketing that happens when it's down when you go into the tubes as well, down there, the Westminster tubes. Well, I just think it's everywhere. I don't think it's just Westminster. It's just awful. I try and stay away from the place.
Well, let's give Trump his actual words. Um, Khan is horrible and Khan is incompetent.
Yeah, and
Well, we
can't.
all know that, but
It's
nothing
sad, sad.
happens this side of the pond to say things like
I
that.
know, especially the president. But I mean, I call him Sadiq Khan. Sadiq Khan can't,
Yes, it is.
or Sadiq Khan won't.
Can't won't is a good one, but it's been a bit crafty as Trump is because this is Sadiq's best friend, of course. It's Starmer and Starmer is best friends. Have cut now. That being the case, what does it say about Donald's thoughts about Sir Keir?
Well, that's what I keep thinking. That's what I keep thinking. Does he just keep him in his pocket for when it might be useful? But really, seriously, he can't have a huge respect for him, can he? Really, he can't. I mean, when he came over here and he spoke to him in Scotland, when he made that made a point, didn't he, of saying, forget ECHR, it's your country, it's your borders, it's your shores, chuck them out. What can ECHR do? But now they're talking about, wasn't there something yesterday about changing ECHR so we can actually send the migrants back?
Well, we're going to come on to a bit of that. It's not as simple as that, as it never is,
Oh,
of
it never
course.
will be.
No, deliberately. Let's talk about Kemi and Nigel. There's talk about them coming together, and they both vehemently deny it. But they both vehemently agree on face nappies. They don't and won't wear in the current flu, super
Oh,
flu,
okay.
they won't wear any kind of masks. In Kemi's estimation, it gives her trauma thinking of what happened during the pandemic. I can understand that. We don't want to go back there.
No, I I wouldn't wear a mask unless it was mandatory. I really wouldn't. I mean, I know, I have to take Roger into hospital a lot for different clinics, and I know the local hospitals here are packed out with stuff. Maybe he should wear one, but I don't. I just think, oh, not that stage again. Absolutely. I don't. I mean, I think I still go if you eat well and you're generally healthy. I mean, I suppose if you've got challenging things with antibodies and stuff like that, then maybe you should. Maybe you're going to be more susceptible to the germ, but
But
nah, not
yeah,
going to do it.
they don't work. You've
No,
got
they
to have a
don't actually.
proper.
You've got to have, yeah. The ones that we got, I don't think they did any good at all. And
No,
some people were
the
using the
holes are
same.
too big. They're bigger than the
That's
virus.
exactly. That's what I thought at the time. And I remember when we were just on the tail end of COVID and we were beginning to open up, and I went to see my daughter who had to fly to Bermuda, and she wanted me to get this specific thing that had 3 layers in it. Oh, good grief! It was like having a cardboard box on my face. It was dreadful. And then I'm not. And then, of course, you can't eat or drink with it. You're on a 7-hour flight, so you have to take it off anyway to eat or drink. So you're
Uh,
just as susceptible to the
yeah,
germ.
and everybody talks to you and pulls it over the nose.
Exactly,
What use
exactly.
is
I
it?
know it's pointless. It's pointless. So I told her I wore it, and I didn't.
Oh, there you go. Right, sticking with Nigel for a little while. Um, he's trying to do a deal with his pal in France, who's only 30 years old, and he represents a very similar party to reform and does stand a very high chance, like Nigel, of getting back in because people are getting fed up with what is happening in France. It's not just England. And he thinks he can do a deal whereby the French will have to honour their obligation with the little boats. And this
Absolutely.
is confirmed once and for all. The French have done nothing,
Yes,
and they've
absolutely they
taken
haven't.
nearly a bit, stolen nearly £1 billion off us.
It's absolutely dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. And I was listening to GB News the other day with Mark White, and he'd gone over to France and some of those little towns that are near where the boats go. And he said, the shoplifting, the theft of bikes, and all sorts of things. All sorts of awful things are happening over there. And he was absolutely horrified that the French police aren't doing anything in their own country for their own people, the French. And these people are like just shoplifting and stealing stuff in the streets. And it is absolutely dreadful. So, no, it isn't just us. It absolutely isn't just us, but we are a lot smaller than France.
Landmass we are, and maybe something could come of it. Depends on next year on the elections, of course, for the French counterpart. Um, Grooming gangs. Let's get really upset
Rape
now.
gangs, rape gangs.
Yes, I agree. Victims are not being consulted. Now, I got upset the other day, mildly, for the fact of the choice of these three ladies again. Now, it's true that you've got to have the sympathy of ladies, but I'm sure the head honcho there doesn't interview individuals. Perhaps she does, but don't think so. There are plenty of people to do that and sympathize and empathize. But it's the same crew. We've done a diagnostic on the lady, Baroness, that's going to head up, and what a past she's got of left wing.
Well,
And her two lady friends, exactly the same.
well,
They've been,
I actually have a lot of time for Anne Longfield. She was a very good children's minister. She really was. And but I question because it was all in the Guardian, and I was reading. I don't get the Guardian, but I saw it online, and I thought, well, this is interesting. And I thought, how did they choose these other two? Now, the likelihood of the young ladies, the survivors, agreeing with every choice is highly unlikely because they'll all have different reasons for not wanting different people. They've all got different trauma and different situations. And I think just on that alone, it's going to be very difficult for the survivors to agree. But you've got to crack on and do it. You've got to crack on and do it. And I actually do like Anne Longfield. It's when people went on about the ICSA inquiry, they didn't want Alexis J. She did a great job, Alexis J. But she didn't look into the this situation anywhere near deep enough as she should have done. But what I'm also pleased to see is that Anne Longfield has said that uh, Oldham is not going to be separated as a separate case. It's going to be included in the national inquiry. And I think that's right. It's the right thing. But they've got to crack on and do it. They can't keep on messing around and
well,
messing
they've
around.
done it three times, and I just do not trust them. Why isn't it cross party?
Well, true. Well, true. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
There are three lefties there again who can be easily manipulated.
Oh yes, and who actually? One is Bellamy, and the other one was it Bellamy and Billingham or something? I can't remember the name. One of them's Billingham, isn't it? And Zoe Billingham. I mean, who selected it? Who made that choice? Would that have been Shimona
The
Varud?
the elite have done it like they do practically everything. And talking about the elite, they are seriously in denial about this and many other matters. And it keeps cropping up, crops up on GB News and on other interviews where the lefty, they deliberately get it, they're a bit naughty, of an extreme lefty, and they cannot see the other person's point of view.
Yeah,
There's no saying, oh, well, we did get that wrong. There are always some of them, but they're not the extreme lefties.
no, no, they won't.
They're always in the right, being on the left, and there's no movement at all. It's though somebody's got them, hypnotized them, and they chutter out the same thing.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
when these
yeah, yeah.
interviews are done. I'm sure they choose MPs these days with their ability to not miss a word. When the button's pressed, they go for it, and the same drivel comes out. 14 years. I'll guarantee every minister that
It's
comes up.
dreadful, isn't it? 14 years and the dark hole we inherited. You've been in power 14, 15, 16, 17 months. You can't
Yeah,
keep blaming everything.
it's wrong because half that blooming time the Lib Dems were controlling everything. So
Yeah.
it ain't 14 years. They can't even
No,
get
that is
back
true.
on.
That is true. I just wonder that when you go back to Nigel Farage and Kemi, I is that a good idea? It's probably a good idea to keep Labour out, but people who are disenchanted with Tory will think that is it going to be a Toryfied reform? I don't know.
Yeah, there are pitfalls either way. I mean,
Mm,
I think in it, extremis, it may have to happen, but we're a
mm.
long way, allegedly, from the election, and nearer the time the decision will be made.
Yes, I think so, but I think you don't want another coalition one, do you? Honestly, that was
It's
Really?
not the ideal scenario, is
Really, I
it?
mean, and I just wonder if this is why people are jumping ship from Tory to go into Reform because they're so worried about are they going to lose their seat and therefore their income or whatever. So if we jump in with Reform, but then does that make Reform have too much of a Tory influence? I don't know. It's interesting.
It is. And another interesting thing today, of course, is the by-election in Scotland. Reform's got that one in its pocket.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Aha,
just
right,
been
okay.
announced. So they are Nigel's wagging his tail. I have got a question for you, madame. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, here we go.
Very simple. Pub quiz. How many migrants are there in the United Kingdom?
How many migrants?
Hmm.
Oh, Lordy.
No, you don't know. Neither do I, and
No,
neither does
neither do
anybody.
they. No, no, neither do they. That's absolutely right.
Isn't that
I know.
dreadful?
I know the answer. Too many.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is awful.
I
There's
see
no
what he's.
intention. If they had intention, they would find out.
Oh, yes, of course they don't want to. But I mean, what? I mean, the number of Afghans that are causing problems at the moment and raping
Yes,
women, and it's dreadful. But the thing about this inquiry is I do object to them using the word Asian. I mean, Asia is a huge continent. You don't see the Sri Lankans, you don't see the Chinese or Singaporeans or, the Burmese. They're not a part of this. It is specifically Pakistani and some Bangladeshis.
yes.
I think, and you can shoot me down if you like, but I think going on with this rape, they want to do this rape inquiry in a way that almost it, it's still going on. That's the point. I had a horrendous call the other night from a guy, this Uber driver girl, a guy again, who contacted me and saying that, this girl is in fear of her life from these chaps that keep taking them around North Shields. So we're going to have the inquiry. What is going to happen about it currently happening? Are people still going to cover it up because we haven't had the inquiry yet? And people, it is still happening and it's happening everywhere. It's still going on. So why? I mean, there should be alongside this, there should be some sort of strategy that says we are going to deal with this, that, and the other. You've got to deal with the imams because so many imams are telling their people they can do this. But what is it about the Pakistani? Well, they hunt in packs. It's rather, I don't know where they've come from, very back end villages in Pakistan or something, but I doubt it because some of them have been here for years. But it's like they do hunt in packs. You've got the brothers, the fathers, the uncles, the cousins stretching across sort of certain areas and counties, and they're all in it together. What is it about? It's patriarchal, it's misogyny in its extreme form. Something's got to go. Where's the education go? Who is going to educate these young people that you cannot carry on like this? Now, I had a friend of mine. It works in a school, primary school, with very high Pakistani ethnicity. And she said to me, even the 6-year-old Pakistani boys object to taking instructions from a white teacher. Now, so you've got the next lot coming through.
It appears to be the next generation that are causing the real problems.
Yeah,
They have got somehow, we know how, in a situation where they are radicalized,
yeah,
and they're usually young people. They want Sharia law. They want bad parts that are making up the Quran, and there are some wicked parts in that book. That leaves me open for saying that, doesn't it? But I'm prepared because the truth will always out.
yeah, yeah. My mother used to say that.
And
I mean,
yeah, I've no objection as a Christian of people criticizing me or the Bible.
right,
So why should they have a special category and
exactly.
continue their rape gangs because of it?
It's dreadful. There was I think I saw the other day that one of these Pakistanis or somebody up in Blackburn were rejoicing because one of the big churches there has now been, Christian churches has now been changed into a
The
mosque.
mosque, yes.
And they were going around saying, see, we're taking over. And they are.
There is now, and it's the same as France exactly, strangely, 7% in the United Kingdom and France.
All right.
And a third of those are radical. They want a caliphate, they want to take over. Come on, wake up,
I
United
know.
Kingdom.
It's like they're sleepwalking to disaster, aren't they? They're just,
Well, Trump realizes it from
I know.
3,000 miles away.
I know. I mean, I don't understand how Keir Starmer can keep, because he was always so busy, sort of wanting to suck up to Trump, and I suppose he's just now got selective hearing on what Trump's saying.
Yeah, there's a very sinister thing occurring, I believe, with the Labour Party, as is at the moment. It is sinister. I
Yes, it is.
regard it as much as a spiritual battle, put that in inverted commas if you want to, as a physical battle. Let me give you an example. The PM is cozying up to Denmark's PM to try and get some changes to ECHR. Right. He has mentioned that the European experience, especially in the rest of Europe, is caving into populism and the far right. This is Starmer, and he wants to stop it.
Oh, yes, yes.
Now, number one, what is wrong with populism? Doesn't that signify the majority, Mr.
Yes.
Starmer? Not that what the elites want you to believe.
Yeah.
And far right, when anybody can say far right,
But
they do
that's
it
not
in Spain all the time. And
all the
it's
time.
rubbish.
If you're not one of them, a wokey lefty, then you're far right. That's
Yeah.
absolutely rubbish. You could be just somebody who's got common sense, has got the vision to see where all this is going.
And have no doubts that Starmer wants us back door,
Oh,
front door, side
100%.
door, into Europe.
Yeah. What? I don't understand that because he was a Brexiteer, wasn't he? Isn't he a Brexit boy?
No,
Oh, he wasn't. I don't remember
no.
now. But I mean,
He
yeah.
accepted it
Oh, reluctantly.
reluctantly
Okay.
to
But I mean, the
replace.
thing is, if he goes back in, it's not going to be anything like it was before. It won't be the same. He won't be slotting back in from where he left.
Oh, well, he'll have more places to visit and show how great he
Oh,
is on the
don't. I mean, if
international scene.
anybody, what gets me is he worries about the environment and on levels of whatever, and he's always on a plane. I mean, how many times? I mean, he's always somewhere, isn't he? He's always on a plane.
The recent beholding of a subject is on the environment. And grit your teeth, folks, again. £500 is going to cost every single person in this country to achieve net zero in 2030. A, half the country will be dead, and B, they might be in debt at the same time. It is nonsense. It's not proven. In fact, there's more proof in the other direction than there is in the
Yeah,
green direction.
yeah, yeah. But the Greens are doing very well at the moment, aren't they?
Yes, they are, but there's serious reservations there.
No, for sure.
And
I wouldn't vote for
if you
them.
look what Ms. Sultana is cracking off about this week, and Zach, who used to be called something quite different when he was hypnotizing women's boobs, they've come across as breaking up, then coming back together. It's the potty party. It makes the monster raving loonies look normal. I mean, as we said last time, they can think what they like, but who are the people that are putting their hands up in the conference and saying, "You're wonderful"? Back to brainwashing, we've got to admit it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right, I'm going to
Interesting
give you
times.
another
Interesting times, though, isn't it? Interesting times standing back and watching who shifts where.
Indeed, it is. Let me give you another ruse that's come along, and it's fascinating, this one. Free electricity for 10 years. You fancy that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but
of
there's no
course.
such thing. There's no such thing as a free lunch, though, is there?
Ah, there's the catch. She's got it. Is this too good to be true? Jolly well is. Because it's a deal, obviously got together by Rightmove, who are in a bit of trouble at the moment. Actually, they're
Oh,
not
are they?
doing as well as they were because there's other competition. And Octopus. Now,
Right.
Octopus have just been a bit naughty and decided to change the cheap putting in of electricity into your car overnight. You're only around 6 hours a day. So that immediately puts people's gas, fuel, electric, and it's bad enough with petrol. If you've got an EV with both with hybrid potential or reality, then you're paying for petrol as well.
Yeah.
And you're paying over the odds for the car anyway at the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
So what Octopus are doing now, I reckon it's a concoction by the government, Octopus and Rightmove. And I'll tell you why. To qualify for this, when you put your advert on Rightmove as an example, if you have, get this, a heat pump installed, now that'll cost you 15 grand and sometimes more, and sometimes it's not effective, many times. You've got to have a heat pump, you've got to have solar panels setting fire to your roof on occasions. That'll give you some heat and warmth. Then you've got to have insulation like you wouldn't believe, probably triple glazing as well. And then you've got to have battery power to keep you going when the wind isn't going and the sun isn't going.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Now you get, and that's not cheap, I'll tell you. You get that lot together, you could be talking about 100 grand,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but you'll be able to get, or you won't, the person you sell it to will be able to get 10 years free electric.
Oh, I see. Right.
I mean, it's daft. It won't work. Those few people that are daft enough to do it will find some government change of plans within that 10-year period,
Yes.
like they're changing now over the vehicles. It's another con. Right. Something again to get the BP going. Doctors strike.
Oh, don't get
They've
me.
not decided yet. They're going to give it to the last moment. And that's not giving anybody a chance to plan anything, especially at Christmas time. There are certain professions that cannot strike. The army, the
Yeah.
police,
Hmm.
it's got to be doctoring.
Yeah, I think doctors should. I mean, I think it's dreadful. The admissions are going up with this what they call was it something flu, super flu or something it's called, isn't
Superflu
it?
H3RN or whatever it's
I
called.
don't know what it is, but I mean, if it's, so many people are supposed to have had the flu jab, why are they getting it? I don't understand it. Maybe we're all given the wrong flu jab.
A lot of people are not having it.
Oh, I see. So they're not right.
It's
Okay,
not
fine.
always effective, whatever they
But I
take.
mean, the hospitals, the people in there, I mean, they're, yeah, my friend's a nurse at Bedford Hospital, and she said they're pouring in there, you know. I mean, it's the respiratory stuff, isn't it? Again, um, if you're elderly and you've got an immune problem, then you're going to pick it up quite easily, really. And Christmas is coming and all of that.
Oh no, you can't. And old people's homes, you try and avoid getting a virus in an old people's home.
Absolutely. Well, it's like
It
going,
is
yeah, but
impossible.
it's the same with children, isn't it? You're not going to be. I think Lydia now is on her. She's been in nursery school for one term, and I think she's on her third cold. There's everybody huffing and puffing and coughing over you. You know, it's yeah, it's not good.
A
But
lot of the nursing homes, of course, are filled with regretfully dementia patients, and they're not in control of themselves
mm,
in
mm,
any way.
mm, mm.
And you
It's,
can't
it,
be surprised that this
no, and also their immunity,
system is
but
low.
the immunity is. The immunity is not good, is it? You see,
No.
and I see today the Labour are kicking off because the House of Lords is sitting on uh, what do you call it? Death. What's it called? The thing about right of
The euthanasia bill, let's call it.
that's right, yeah, that they complaining that they're sitting on it in the House of Lords.
Well,
But yeah,
well done them. He wants sitting on permanently, in my humble opinion.
I agree. I think so.
And
Totally
it is
agree.
another thin end of the
And a
wedge.
lot of doctors do think that. But going back to the doctor's strike, I just think it's, on the NHS list, the top thing you're supposed to have is empathy. There's no empath, is there, in these doctors going
No,
on strike?
and do no harm.
Absolutely right. Of course, it's going to do harm. It's crazy. It's
It's the
crazy.
ultimate
But I mean,
harm.
but to be fair, I mean, I don't particularly like West Streeting, but I mean, he has said they're not getting any more money because they've already had a huge chunk.
You'll be surprised how many people think I don't want to go into hospital when I'm over 80 because
Mm,
I've no guarantee of coming out.
that's
And I'm
absolutely,
sorry, we have proof of that happening.
yeah. I live in a very elderly village, and there's a lot here that do anything rather than to go into. They'd rather not go to the doctor because they're worried the doctor's going to say, "Oh, off you go to A&E," and then they're never going to come home.
No, once the door shuts, that's it. You're in their hands completely.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry if you've only got to look at Canada and the Netherlands to see this in operation.
Yeah.
It is wickedness.
It's,
Of
it's going to be abused. You can't, it will be
course it
abused. There
is.
will be old people
What
that
a
are going to be,
temptation for the NHS. Go, this person's cost us a fortune.
yeah,
Look
off
at
you
these
go,
expensive drugs to keep her going.
off you go.
Hasta luego. Yeah, okay. So actually, what we mentioned last week has come about again. The real reason that the doctors now are on strike and has been for quite a while is that the cheaper doctors from overseas are taking their places.
Yeah.
NHS trusts are employing them.
Mm.
And that part I've got sympathy with
No, me too.
because,
Me
yeah,
too. Yeah, me too. And that's actually betrayal on the part of the NHS. I think these doctors have trained, and I know I do. I agree with that one. I agree with that one. And when they come in, you can't understand a darn word. I mean, there was the other day I had to take Roger to some clinic. I couldn't understand a word the doctor was saying. Not a word. I mean, what is the point? You might be a good doctor, but if you can't speak the language, how's anyone going to understand you?
exactly. You're half as effective, if not more. And it's so important, language. I mean, we live in a very cosmopolitan area. The
Yeah.
world comes here, so nobody knows better than we do. And having been in a care situation for quite a
Mm,
while, and now having home care, well, we're getting on our feet again. I appreciate and depreciate some of the things that are going on. And
mm.
it's not only in Spain,
Oh,
it's
no, 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 no.
throughout the world to one degree or
Mm,
another. Um, so we move on. Nigel, we keep saying this. I hope you're listening, and I'm sure he's aware. Watch your back. The target is there.
mm.
There are certain factions in this country, and I'll mention them, that are there with the longbow
Yes.
and would love to dispatch him, not physically, but politically.
But also,
And the two in concern at the moment, which I'm going to mention, is number one, the Guardian newspaper, and number two, the BBC. And they're
mhm.
both guilty. And of course, we find out that they're the ones that are stirring this 51-year-old story up. His schoolmate said he made a bad
Oh,
joke. What a joke this is, about the Jewish individual and nation. They've gone along to his schoolmates. Some of them have either gone to the left or the right. The leftists are queuing up to damn him. And that is evidence, is it? You can't put an evidence in a court after 51 years like that,
it's ridiculous. How many of us said the wrong thing 50 years ago?
even if he did.
Exactly, exactly. And you are like hot-headed. You don't think, everybody could be condemned for something where you were a bully and you're not now or whatever. Everybody could have something from their past that we'd be like, we haven't even got our shining armor on, sort of thing. I mean, it's nonsense. I don't see how you can condemn someone and say that makes you racist. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. I'm sure it wasn't very pleasant for the guy, but I mean, really, they do try and dish it all up, don't they? Dig, 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 dig. And I just think that is crazy.
Yeah, number one, of course, when you're fact checking, I urge everybody to fact check.
Mm.
Um, because what you see, especially on social media, it may come from an individual that's spot on the mark, but you can get a bit excited. And if you can't back it up with evidence,
Yeah,
don't use it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And back to Mr. Lammy.
Oh, do we have to?
Bless him. Well, there you go. Him and Lord Hermer, there's the dynamic duo, have been over to Europe. And they want to modify ECHR. Again, what a joke. It can't be modified. You've already got a queue of barristers and lawyers saying, whatever you do, we're experienced illegal immigrant lawyers and we can find a way around it.
Oh, I will.
Stop wasting your time.
Yeah, and then they will find a way around it, not without a doubt. And I think I mean, you're either in or you're out. I think. I don't think it should be modified. I just think you just leave.
Well, the biggest problem, of course, is our wretched elite judiciary.
Yes,
That's where because they can interpret the law whichever
I
they
know.
want.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? The English language, how they can, like, as you say, interpret it, and you think, well, that's not how I read it. That's not how I read it. How can you actually put a spin on it? But they do.
They do, they do. So, our advice, for goodness sake, get out. It's
Yes,
the only way.
it's the only
Stop
way.
fiddling around.
Absolutely. It's the only way because by the time they've discussed how you might be able to do this, it's going to take another 2 years before they actually think they can action it. Then they'll be anti this and anti that. And so 5 years' time, nothing will have happened. You just come out. Whatever the difficulties are in coming out, you come out. Don't need to be in it. But we won't.
No, there isn't. They say, oh, well, no, there is from Keir Starmer's point of view. He's part of the elite club. He wants to stay there. And I'm sorry, the Donald again has said this. He's changed it in America, but there's nobody with that sort of spine.
No.
That's not necessarily to be true. I think our Italian lady and our
Oh,
Polish
she's good.
gentleman are both there. In fact, that's an interesting aside because I have heard by the back door, although this will be denied, that Trump is actually encouraging a number of countries who he feels are on the edge to get out of Europe.
Yeah.
And I'll name them: Austria, Poland,
Oh, yeah.
Italy.
Hmm.
I'll go steady on the rest. But he's identified those three.
On what grounds? Like, what, is it something that he can buy them off to come out? Or
He can make things happen.
right? Okay. Well, he
He's the
could be.
richest man in the world.
He could make things happen here
Countrywide.
for. He could make things happen here for us to come out of ECHR. You know,
Yes, well, we don't know what's going on there, but there you go. We've got to move on. Time's going. Bournemouth, the Costa del Bournemouth. I particularly feel very sad for what's happened in Bournemouth.
yes, me too.
It has changed radically.
Hmm.
We did so much filming there in the Beak and other theatres. We were there 2 or 3 times a week. And we got a real soft spot for Bournemouth. Why its demise? Well, there's a number of reasons, as there usually are. It started actually when the big stores decided to lock up shop because the footfall changed both in numbers and in who was falling the foot. And Beals was the famous one in Bournemouth.
My niece worked there.
Yes, and
My stepson lives in Bournemouth. and he's horrified about how it's changed. He was born and brought up there, and
Horrendous.
there's no investment being made
No.
to it's sad. It is sad because we used to regularly have to go down there when we were kids and in the winter gardens and all of that and into
Yes.
the parks and everything. And there was Forte's cafe, yeah, big cafe there, and ice cream and that. And but again, it's you. Then they had the university, of course. I'm not sure that universities ever keep a town nice, but
No, it isn't.
but then
It's
in come the
gone
migrants.
woker than woke of any other universities
Uh,
and associated education establishments. LGBT have taken over the police force and many other things there. But basically, you've got street sleepers all over the shop.
yes, yes.
You've got drugs passing all
Yeah,
over the shop.
yeah, yeah. That's what my stepson, yeah, my stepson said. It is just a nightmare. The beach, he said, is dreadful. He's awful. He's always worried for his own kids. You know, he's got a couple of girls, and he worries about them going out. And I don't blame him. I really don't blame
There's
him
been
being worried.
a big, many thousand increase with foreign
Yes,
populations.
yes, yes, yeah,
And we covered the beach on Bank Holiday being used as an Islamic
yeah,
worship place,
yeah. That's right.
which was quite out of context and threatening. But this is standard fare, and it's killing the town, and it's so sad. And they've got everything there from the architecture, from the hotels. Two of the biggest hotels are literally in the last 12 months been taken over by illegal immigrants. That's helped, hasn't it?
He says it's dreadful. You see them walking around and he's just hanging around on the beach. He just it is and sheesh pipes, drugs, you name it. It's just changed the whole face of it. And I mean, it has been going downhill for a long time, to be honest. I mean, it has become because there's some beautiful streets and houses around there. There
Yes,
really are.
yes.
But I mean, you can just see it's very run down there now, and it's a big enough place. It's a shame. I don't think they've got a department store there now.
Well, I was going to say, in one sense, it's like Blackpool, but that's gone to the real extreme. But there are a number of resorts that have gone like that. But I'll tell you what, in some of the leafy glades, especially in the southeast of England and even in Yorkshire and parts of Lancashire, you've still got decent shopping and decent stores, and the high streets can be thriving. But
Mm,
you've got to have specialist shops there and
mm.
the
Oh,
goodwill
yeah.
of the locals to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
anything.
yeah. That's what I
So
mean. Scarborough is one that's just that is just awful. Again,
very similar.
the big grand hotel that used to be, Queen Victoria and all that went there,
Overlooking the
full
cliff.
of migrants, and all the local shops have just shut down. It's another place that I'm sure at one point it was probably a lovely seaside town. It's horrible now. It's absolutely horrible.
Can I blame somebody else? Oh dear me, you're not going to like me again. There is a certain company that we have a go at every now and again, or perhaps it's every these days, and that's Amazon. That's had a massive difference on going to a big store.
Oh, that is very true. That is very true. I
And
mean,
I'll tell you how
yeah,
they do it. They don't want you on there unless you offer for your products, because a lot of the product placement is on there. It's not Amazon's own stuff.
no.
The supplier.
Mm,
And they're very clever. They don't say this outright, but I'll tell you what the meaning is. You have got to offer your goods at the lowest possible prices, lower than you supply to anyone else.
yes.
And if you don't, what happens is that you don't appear at the top of the page. You go
Oh,
down it, you
okay.
don't get your 5 stars. It's very
Oh, right.
clever.
That is clever. That is clever.
And you're not getting what you want necessarily. You're just getting the so-called cheapest. And I'll tell you what, even Tesco's with their might cannot compete with
No,
Amazon.
no. Some things on eBay come out cheaper. I've noticed. I sometimes I have a look at that. Like my lamp. You see my lamp thing, my nice posh lamp that I bought. Oh, that came down in Amazon. It was £48.95 and I got it for 32. So, That's a very good reduction. Whether they're still doing Black Friday deals, I don't know. That's why I bought it because I thought, well, it's sturdy, it looks good, it certainly does the job. But yeah, I don't know. Do they pay their taxes now?
Well, they're paying fines instead. They should come clean and pay the
But
taxes.
the thing is, though, it's so much. I think this is the most chilled Christmas I've had because I have done everything on Amazon.
Yeah, but you're a busy girl, and it
Yeah,
is
that's true.
useful for that.
Mm, very true.
And there you go. And you've got a better service in UK than we have in Spain.
Yes, yes,
Delivery is far better. So there you
yeah.
go. We've got to stop, but we've got to give a nice tip, and it's how to make tomato soup because it's so healthy. Experiment, make your own tomato soup. These are some ideas, everybody, and some tricks as well. The standard, if you want, for 8 people as an example, get 3 whopping cans of
Hmm.
tomatoes without the skins in a can.
Mm,
Boost it if you wish with a tube of concentrated tomato sauce.
hmm.
Oh, you can't do that. Well, you can because actually, once tomatoes have been cooked once, they don't half reinforce their vitamins. It's quite unlike other food.
Okay.
And especially the paste gives it a zing. So there you are, get your 3 tins and either use your slow cooker or cook for a long time in a pan. Prep is only 30 minutes or even less. The cooking is just simmering. And I'm going to give you 2 sort of ideas. One is ultra healthy, which is the first one. And you've got to put 4 large carrots and 2 yellow onions. You think, what's
Right,
going to do with tomato? It does help, A, keeping it smooth, nice taste in your mouth, and it thickens it
right.
healthily. You will need a blender.
Yeah.
With the top you can put on, otherwise you'll have a tomato soup kitchen because everything when it's cooked needs blending and possibly reheating as well. Prepare it before the meal. And that will give you a trick because tomatoes are quite acidic. If you don't like the taste, put some bicarbonate of soda, just a quarter
Okay.
of a spoonful, just to get rid of that fight that's going on between the carrots. The carrots help. And you will taste a tomato soup that you never buy a can
So
again.
no black pepper, no salt in it.
I'm sorry, I've missed that out. That's very important, black pepper.
And
Your
I would say I would also add parsley.
parsley or basil or Provençal herbs.
All of those, yeah, because that does. I,
Your
I think I think parsley in
taste.
soups really does give it a little bit of a peppery, fiery
It
taste.
does, fresh if you can, always on these
Oh,
things.
yeah, absolutely.
And if you want to go luxury and slightly unhealthily, yes, you want at least 8 ounces of very heavy cream,
Oh,
which you put in right at the end.
not a
That
fan.
will
I'm
destroy
not. I'm
your
not a
life,
fan of creamy soups, I have to say.
no, but you'll die happy. So there's the tip of the week. Make yourselves, put your own taste things in there. And
I don't know why people don't make their own soup. It's so easy.
it is.
It's so easy. You can look at anything you've got in your fridge that's going off or whatever. Just chuck it, make a soup out of it. Spring onions, anything.
Yeah, and if you got one of these slow cookers, put it on
Yeah,
automatic or full,
yeah.
which means you have it on for about 5 hours. So do it at breakfast.
Mm,
Just stuff it full of, don't forget the garlic, by the way.
mm.
Not too much, but stuff it full of fresh vegetables and a little bit of tomato sauce. You can get that from lots of places.
And I would say if I was doing that, I would put some Worcester sauce in it as well.
Yes, if that's your want, that's great. And it'll last 2 or 3 meals as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Uh,
problem. I mean, it's not expensive. It really, I mean, I
oh,
really do like making soups, especially in the winter. So I quite like making gazpacho soup as well for the summer. I think that's really nice. bit fiddly, but very nice. But I don't understand why people don't. I do a really nice winter vegetable soup. And
Yes, I mean
yeah,
it
you can
really
put
is health.
parsnips in it, parsnip and apple. That's nice. That's soup,
Oh,
parsnip.
that's nice.
That is nice. That's it's very nice.
Yeah,
I don't know. I play around with soups and vegetables to see what it can taste
yeah.
like.
And another tip: a week in your fridge is quite
Yes.
all right. Otherwise, 6 months in your freezer.
Yeah, yeah. And it actually comes out tasting stronger, funnily enough. I think
Second
the
time
flavors.
around is better.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I always do that when I make spaghetti bolognese. I'll make it for a meal, but I make enough to then freeze, and it's always stronger. The garlic and everything seems to sort of
Yeah,
be,
seems to bring this out,
yeah,
doesn't
it
it?
brings the flavors out. Absolutely.
Right, you can't talk to her or get near her because she's full of garlic. But you can have a nice weekend, and we'll see you early next week.
Yes, yes, early next week. I will sort that out with you right now, sir. And have a lovely weekend, everybody. Get souping.